Have you ever found yourself sitting in a quiet room, watching the last light of evening fade through the window, and felt it? That stillness, that strange, hollow awareness that the world outside has grown smaller, and the silence inside has grown louder. The phone doesn't ring the way it used to. The house doesn't fill with the sounds you once took for granted, and the faces you love most now look back at you from picture frames instead of across the dinner table. If you felt this, I want you to know, you are not broken, you are not forgotten, and you are not alone in feeling alone. This isn't a video about sadness. It's about something far more powerful. The quiet courage it takes to build a life that feels whole, even when the world around you has changed. So let's talk about how to do exactly that. 1. Build your inner foundation. There is a truth that every generation before us has quietly understood. The person who makes peace with themselves never truly suffers from loneliness. At this stage of life, more than any other, you need something unshakable at your center. For millions of Americans, that is faith. Whether it's your morning prayer, your church community, your connection to God, or simply a quiet sense that you are part of something larger than yourself. That anchor holds when everything else shifts. The outside world will keep changing. Children grow busy. Friends move away or pass on. But your inner life, the values you hold, the faith you carry, the person you've become, that belongs entirely to you. Learn the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is the ache of wanting company that isn't there. Solitude is the quiet power of choosing your own presence and finding it to be enough. That shift doesn't happen overnight, but it is one of the most liberating transformations a person can make. You don't need to wait for someone to call to feel that your life has meaning. That meaning already lives inside you. Start there. 2. Release yourself from expectations. Let's talk honestly about something many of us carry, but rarely say out loud. We gave our lives to our families, our time, our energy, our sacrifices, and somewhere in the back of our minds, we believed that love would come back to us in equal measure, that our children would always be close, that our phone would always ring. But here's what the wisest among us learn. Our children were never meant to be our retirement plan for emotional well-being. They came into our lives as a gift, not a guarantee. They have their own mortgages, their own careers, their own children keeping them awake at night. If they only have 5 minutes on the phone, treasure those 5 minutes. Don't measure them against what you hoped for. The secret to genuine happiness in your later years can be said plainly. Stop waiting and start living. Don't sit by the phone. Put it down. Water your garden. Take a walk around the block. Read the novel you've been putting off for a decade. When you stop placing the responsibility for your happiness on someone else's shoulders, you discover something unexpected. Freedom. Real freedom. Love your children by releasing them, and in releasing them, release yourself. 3. Make your home a place of peace. Your home is more than walls and furniture. It's the environment that shapes your daily emotional life. So treat it with intention. If your health and situation allow, consider the gift of a companion animal. A dog who greets you every single morning like it's the best day of his life. A cat who finds your lap the most comfortable place on earth. These aren't trivial comforts. Research consistently shows that pet ownership reduces loneliness, lowers blood pressure, and gives people a sense of purpose. That wagging tail is doing real work. Now, consider doing something many people resist. Simplify. Decluttering your home isn't about preparing for an ending. It's about creating space to breathe. Go through what you own. Pass your meaningful things on to the people who will cherish them while you're still here to see their faces light up. Don't leave behind a storage room full of decisions for someone else to make under grief. Live lightly. Keep what truly matters. Let go of the rest with grace. 4. Plan ahead to protect your dignity. Dignity is not something that just happens. It has to be protected, and protection requires preparation. Have the conversations that feel uncomfortable. Talk to your doctor. Review your finances. Look honestly at your housing situation and your long-term care options. Communities designed for older adults. Whether independent living, assisted living, or continuing care, are not places of abandonment. For many people, they become places of genuine connection, renewed purpose, and daily engagement with people who truly understand this season of life. The critical thing is this: make those choices yourself, while you can, on your own terms. Don't wait until a health crisis forces someone else's hand. The person who plans ahead doesn't just protect their future, they protect their sense of self. And a person who feels in control of their own life walks taller, laughs easier, and lives better. Take care of your body, not out of vanity, but out of respect for the years you still have ahead. A daily walk, a good night's sleep, regular checkups. These aren't burdens. They are acts of self-respect. 5. The grace of letting go. Of all the weight we carry into our later years, the heaviest is rarely physical. It's the conversation that never got resolved, the apology that was never given or received, the relationship that ended badly and was never quite repaired. These things don't fade on their own. They settle into us, quietly draining the energy we could be spending on joy. Here is what the wisest people I've ever known understood. Holding on to resentment never punishes the other person. It only punishes you. Forgiveness is not about excusing what happened. It is not about pretending the pain wasn't real. It is about making a decision, sometimes a very deliberate, very difficult decision, to stop letting the past have power over your present. Forgive your children for the times they fell short of what you needed. Forgive old friends for the promises they couldn't keep. And perhaps most importantly, forgive yourself. You made decisions with the knowledge, the resources, and the emotional capacity you had at the time. That is all any human being can do. Leave something that lasts. When we think about legacy, we often think about money or property. But the most enduring thing you can leave behind has nothing to do with finances. Write down your stories. Record your voice reading a letter to your grandchildren. Keep a journal of the lessons your life has taught you, the ones that only come from actually living. Your wisdom is irreplaceable. No one else has seen the world through your eyes, survived what you've survived, or loved the people you have loved. When you share that, when you transform your experiences into something others can carry forward, you become something rare and precious. You become the living history of your family, a lighthouse for the generations still finding their way. My friend, getting older is not a defeat. It is evidence that you have endured. You have raised children, survived loss, navigated uncertainty, and come out the other side. That is not something to apologize for or grieve. That is something to stand up straight about. These years are not the footnote to your life. They can be among the richest chapters you've ever lived, if you choose to live them fully, with intention, on your own terms. So tomorrow morning, when you look in the mirror, look that person in the eye and say it out loud, "I'm still here." And that means something, because it does. If these words resonated with you, leave a comment below. Just 2 words. I'm here. So, others who are walking this same road know they are not walking it alone. Thank you for listening. May the road ahead of you be lit with purpose, peace, and quiet grace.